red, blue, purple light. Friends, red, blue, purple light. Friends, facts, red, blue, purple light. Friends,
you know what I mean?
red and blue, purple light. Friends, facts.
When we speak about
You can get to know the ledger, sacrilegious Sunday to melanin Monday. You can get to know the ledger, my love. Just open your third eye on Thursday. Lord, the food, the art, the clothes, the Vatican's getting exposed fast. We put the show on the road. You better stay on your toes. I was till the land focused on the ego. Then I opened my heart, let go of the ego. Grand after grand, we stacking up these C notes. Facts, facts, yeah. If we don't put this shit on our backs. Facts, facts. We in your city, pull up where we at. Facts, facts. Peace, love and light. Peace, love to the family. Peace, love and light. To the family. Peace, love and light. To the family.
These days and time, black man, is going to be the time that you have been waiting for. You came here for a reason. Whatever pressure, whatever adversity, whatever the fuck you feel, I don't know what you feel, but whatever you may be feeling is going to push you and it's going to provoke you and it's either going to make you or break you, similar to how pressure busts pipes or the shit makes diamonds.
peace to the family, peace to you and yours. Peace to the family, peace to you and yours. Peace to the family, peace to you and yours. Welcome to Third Eye Thursdays. Yes, you are now rocking with the best. This is your host for the evening, Brother Red Pillar. Let me know how we sound on the audio before I start running my mouth. My shit is on mute. You feel me? Shout out to the family in the building. Shout out to the family in the building. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me know how we are sounding on the audio. You dig? Audio of Diego. Sound is good. Woo, woo, we cool and we moving. All right. Peace, everybody. Welcome to Third Eye Thursdays. This is your host for the evening, Brother Red Pillar. That song that you just heard, that is the Facts remix given to you by the 44 Tops. Shout out to the 44 Tops. You dig? Okay. Shout out to Bridgeport, Connecticut. Salute to Bridgeport, Connecticut. You know, you feel me? Shout out to Bridgeport. Let's go ahead and let's do the roll call. We have a very good episode for you today. We're doing an early broadcast, as you can see. Me and Blue Pill are scheduled to be on Black Magic 363 tonight. Black Magic 363. So we're gonna get this episode, warm this shit up. You know what I mean? Get the stove, light the stove, warm it up, heat up a few plates of some food for thought. And then we're going to go across platform and serve and do what we do. You feel me? A lot to talk about, a lot going on. This is still Let the Countdown Begin Part 3. This is Let the Countdown Begin Part 3. We've been having some good feedback from the family. We did a few polls so we could get some of the voting in so we could hear from the family. And we also did voting on Monday's show with the audience by pressing 1, and y'all definitely showed up, and I was able to record that poll and whatnot. Shout out to Cleveland in the building. Shout out to Harlem in the building. South London in the building. All right. Shout out to South London in this thing. All right. Shout out to greetings to Harlem once again. You know what I mean? Shout out to the Harlem family. Shout out to the Arizona family, to the AZ family. You dig? Shout out to Colorado Springs. Everybody who had to go back to work today. Shout out to y'all. I feel your pain. North London in the building. It's almost TGIF. Just walk with us. We're gonna get you to Friday. You feel me? No worries. No worries. We holding your hand. We walking with you. Queens, the 44 capital. All right. North London in it. Shout out to North London and whatnot. Shout out to South London. Let me find out. North and the South. What y'all doing? What y'all on? Shout out to North and South London. I just thought it was one London. No, I don't want to start no problems with nobody. You feel me? But shout out to y'all. You feel me? Across the pond. And shout out to the family in Africa as well. You feel me? Shout out to the Africa family. East Africa, South Africa, West Africa. Messia. You feel me? It's amazing how many people you have listening from all over the. Yeah, this thing is global. You feel me? This is a global thing. We on YouTube, so that helps to extend the footprint a lot further than back in the days and whatnot. So we honored to be tapped in. As a matter of fact, shout out to the brother and his mother who I met from Paris. They came through. They were at the New Black Wall Street last strong end. And they were from Paris, and it was an honor to meet them, honor to meet the family. You feel me? I was so honored. Like I always said, it's always a treat when I get to physically meet the family and whatnot, versus me just sitting in the room talking to this camera, participating in what we call a parasocial relationship. You know what I mean? And we're going to talk a little bit about that as we get into the show tonight. We're going to talk about parasocial relationships and just new era that we're in. It actually has a title to it. There's actually a definition. And we're going to do a little bit of deep dive on that definition. And I would say in Scorpion fashion. You know what I mean? In Scorpion fashion. So just look out for that. That's coming up. But yeah, man, getting a lot of good feedback for the breakdowns of the year. As a matter of fact, let's go right into a video that we have called The Nigga Kingdom. All right, let's go. On the drums. So somebody said, who are these niggas? This is the YouTube Nigga Kingdom. Okay. This is the YouTube Nigga Kingdom. There's a segment in the corner of YouTube that exists, a very toxic compilation of content creators. Okay. There's a corner of YouTube that's tracking and trapping millions and millions of people around the world, right? Around the world, because they're watching this as entertainment. This is some of the lowest rungs of our culture. This is the lower hanging fruit of YouTube. This is the lowest hanging fruit of hip hop. This is where the culture vultures are eating the carcasses of our culture, and we call it the YouTube Nigga Kingdom. Okay? So 20 versus 1. How old are you?
How old are you?
I'm 19.
What's your favorite?
From the back.
How?
Flat on her stomach.
You gonna need help. You gotta have something to pull this side and something to pull that side.
Man.
So you don't have to lay on your back and spread them.
Shit, my name known as Jay, but they call me Jay. You feel me?
Where you from?
I'm from Atlanta.
Yeah.
Southside, shit.
What's like, ladies, how y'all feeling based on?
But what the fuck? I know damn well y'all ain't just party been on me just like that. All y'all niggas. That's just.
Right? 20 versus 1. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I don't watch 20 versus 1, because the shit is entertaining. It's buffoonery, and yes, I do watch it. out of all of the dating shows that are on YouTube that took over for 2024, that proliferated the YouTube, some of the most ratchet and toxic of them were the 20v1 spinoffs.
And you wonder why you can't make it to the last round?
I'm trying, baby. I got a tough tongue for you. Only for you.
Don't put that tongue.
I like the balloon popping, even though that shit could get ignorant.
And since you want to come at everybody over here, I'm gonna get at you too. You stocky as hell, and I was trying to be respectful, but like you was really coming out like I didn't like it. I'm from the South, and I can handle like a lot of criticism and stuff like that. But you kind of look like a Ninja Turtle. You're not that cute. You need to relax.
But the sister who is the host, she is an expert when it comes to drawing proper lines in the sand, if that's a better way to explain it. Okay, she knows how to keep it from going super duper ratchet. So that whole dating thing, because remember, this started from Smash and Pass years ago. You know, this whole segment of like lustful YouTube, horny YouTube, you know, all of that type of shit, thought YouTube, it's just getting out of hand. You know, it's just hypersexualized YouTube. It's just kind of getting out of hand. It's like they're doing the most ignorant shit possible on some of these 20v1s.
Yeah, we gonna make the babies.
We gonna make the babies.
We gonna make the babies.
You gonna have babies running like me around that
Baby, they
motherfucker?
gonna be.
Nah, hell not looking that goddamn crazy. I already look crazy, but you're crazy.
Be long looking like that. They gonna bring us the money too.
Man, shit,
We
they
gonna-
always
are
gonna
we
bring the money for me. You feel me? But you know what I'm saying, they gonna have a little talent LeBron James.
Yeah,
and shit.
you know, being that bitch balling. Yeah, but they gonna start a whole special league just for them.
A special league.
Special motherfucking league.
No.
Yeah.
With no neck in
With no
one.
motherfucking necks, yo.
Shorty low.
Yo, balling, yo.
And then when I saw the 20v1 with little RT, which is that little badass kid that you see on the flyer right here, the only little kid that you see on the thing, yeah, they had him on a 20v1 with little ratchet kid, with little girls that was ratchet as him. They
If Crip or Blood fight, which one are you helping?
Who you helping? You gonna help her?
So all the parents involved in this little RT 20v1, they need to be locked up. All the parents involved in this 20v1, FBI, please come get these ninjas because they need to be in jail.
They were all of them was ratchet, and they were doing a dating show, and I think he's 9 years old. So they were exploiting the youth and the ignorance of the youth. So of course you got Whack 100 and academics. When them two come together, sassy aggressiveness, chatty patty, and just a bunch of he say she say fuckery. Terrence Killer Williams, YSL Woody, Charleston White, all trolls. You know what I mean? You know, just a bunch of, you know what I mean? No Neck J, you know what I mean? All of this is, like I say, the YouTube nigga kingdom. If the dude Custard, if he was out, I would have him on the thing too, but he locked up. Trap Law Ross, DJ Vlad, Adam 22. They attempt to go under the title of journalism, and they are not. Yeah, Crip Mac. If Crip Mac wasn't locked up, he would be on his shit too. Would you say Drewski? I would put Drewski with the streamers. I will put Drewski with the streamers. Remember, attention economy, right? Attention economy. That's the new economy that we're in. So making a spectacle of yourself in order to gain viewership is seen as the W, right? So we live in an area where you could be the prankster, or what they call the court jester. If you read the book 48 Laws of Power, they talk about the court jester, and that's the era that we're living in right now, where the court jester is going to be lit. You could become a multi-millionaire from being a court jester, right? Remember my nigga, what was homie name? They used to kick over the vendors and whatnot. Boonk Gang. Remember, it started with Boonk Gang, right? Boonk Gang was the ultimate hood prankster and whatnot, and it has devolved into where we are right now. Okay, because remember, they used to have black love channels. They used to have black couple channels. They used to have channels where people were in relationships and they were talking about their families and whatnot. Do you remember those days? And then that shit turned into passport bro channels, and I'm a polygamous channel and shit like that. You feel me? Like it turned into how many shorties can I cut? How many shorties can I knock down? Let me check out. I'm gonna riz some grandmothers at Walmart.
Guess we're just gonna have to leave it with a hug, man. Who you come here looking all good for? Who you come here looking all good for?
What does that mean?
Who did she come in here looking all good for? Me or you? Or both?
Like, that's where it's turning into. The segment that I just showed you, ladies and gentlemen, this is referred to as what I'm going to show you right here, which happens to be the word of the year, right? The word of the year, according to Oxford University, not Red Pill, not Know the Ledge, but Oxford University. The word of the year is brain rot, okay? The word of the year for 2024 is brain rot. That's what we're dealing with right now. Okay? The internet is proliferated in what is known as brain rot. YouTube has descended into a peculiar niche, and it's called brain rot. The algorithm on your Instagram and your TikTok and your YouTube is sending you down a rabbit hole of brain rot, right? Generation Alpha's hyper online manner of speaking has officially entered the zeitgeist. Oxford University Press announced Monday that brain rot, the catch-all term for bizarre and semi-unintelligible, extremely online language, is its 2024 word of the year. Okay, the academic publishing house defined brain rot as the supposed deterioration of a person's mental or intellectual state, especially viewed as the result of overconsumption of material, now particularly online content, considered to be trivial or unchallenging. Also, something characterized as likely to lead to such deterioration. Okay, so brain rot, something that I'm sure a majority of the family on a computer right now in the chat is familiar with, just based off of the interaction with the algorithm. All right, what they call algorithm this year. It put us down and it put us in a what they call an echo chamber of brain rot. And things have taken place in a lot of people's lives, such as creator fatigue, right? Content creator fatigue. Niggas is burnt out. Then you have brain rot setting in on the viewers and whatnot, and they're falling into a place of fatigue as well, because you can't really hold on and absorb all of that low frequency brain rot. Your brain is rotting. So they sticking us in front of the screen with all of this quote unquote retention, right? Sticky material, sticky content. And the term sticky content refers to content that is so quote unquote magnetic or so sticky that your eyes cannot pull away from it. Boobs, ass, twerking, accidents, blood, violence, drama, reality show, Zeus Network, all of that type of shit, World Star Hip Hop, all of that, right? That's considered to be sticky content. The stickiest of the sticky content is women with their boobs out. You know what I'm talking about? Pornography. That's the stickiest content on the internet where people cannot literally pull away from it. Okay. But it has levels to it at this point because you have soft porn all over the internet, especially in the last few years, of course, with the hypersexualization of both social media and YouTube. And as I was saying in that video, prior to where we are right now, there were phases and there were like errors and whatnot where it wasn't that much raunchiness on the quote unquote web. You know, it was not that much raunchiness on the web. People were not that quote unquote, what do they call the word? Voyeurism. They were not that much into showing their private lives. They were not that much of a voyeur back in those days. It took time. It took time. This is a devolution that you're watching. This is the result of the relaxation of morals, or what they would call demoralization of the people, and also dehumanization, and also desensitization. So as it wears the people or the person or the culture down, then you begin to find yourself where we are right now, where brain rot is the word of the year. Okay. So it's not something that's just it's not just something that you may personally be experiencing or witnessing, or you didn't even know what the word for it was and whatnot. I'm giving you a term that just so happens to be more than just a viral term. This is the term of the year. This defines the year. All of that, all right. P. Diddy had 1,000 bottles of baby oil. He was very violent towards Cassie, both mentally, emotionally, physically, even financially. There are videotapes, I would think 10 terabytes of them, from what I heard, of quote unquote private proclivity videos and whatnot, private sex tapes, right? To show that he has a proclivity for whatever he has a proclivity for in his private life. It didn't take 100,000 videos to get that point across. You understand? There was a lot of brain rot surrounding that whole situation, mainly because of the simple fact that TikTok and YouTube pays, my nigga, and so does Meta. They cut checks. So there is a proliferation of quote unquote news to the degree where it is a deluge and people are drowning in information. And a lot of that information is considered to be toxic information. So instead of being in a pool of some clean water and you're drinking from the clean glass of water, you're in a septic tank. This is toxicity. You're in a septic tank. It's almost like being in a sewer. That's the type of information and the level of information and the toxicity that's attached to the information. All of these whistleblowers, all of these people who said that they were there and they seen it, the security guards, the psychics, and all of these other people. I'm cool with one of them, or maybe 2 or 3 of them, but 300 of them is getting a little bit out of hand at this point. There's 3 of them coming out every day, right? They're not adding on to the conversation. They're not decoding. They're not breaking it down. They're not really just unpacking shit. They're adding on and repeating a lot of things that are considered to be brain rotting, right? That's just one example. There's multiple examples for the way that the algorithm is trained to not just keep people distracted anymore. Oh no, it's not just keeping people distracted. It's basically turning intelligent people into smart dumb people. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. So here are a few other words of lingo. Remember, this is 2024 year in review. The term is often used in a humorous or self-depreciating manner by online communities. Oxford University Press said, the lingo is often associated with words like Sigma, someone who was cool or a leader, Gayat, which is an exclamation for a curvaceous woman, and Skibidi, as in Skibidi toilet, a term derived from a YouTube series that is now used to mean basically anything. Just as it has in past years, Oxford University said it again, enlisted the public's help in choosing its word. More than 37,000 people voted this year. The term brain rot was selected from a short list of 6 words. The other words on the list were demure, dynamic pricing, lore, romanticities, and slop, cosmic slop. Brain rot speaks to one of the perceived dangers of virtual life and how we are using our free time. It feels like a rightful next chapter in the cultural conversation about humanity and technology. So I remember listening to numerous lectures from Bobby Hemmett, right? And Bobby was talking about this whole thing about humanity. He was really beginning to unpack about humanity and the illusion of humanity, right? And then Panic picked up the conversation and they were doing that about humanity. And it was this year more so than I've seen in any year that I've been alive where humans or humanity or humans were not humaning, right? Humans are not human right now. They're people, the humans are not humaning. If that makes any sense, the humans are not humaning. They're not even showing up to be good humans anymore. Humanity is collapsing, especially as it begins to merge more with technology and whatnot. It is becoming somewhat of a former shadow or a former shell of itself. As it moves closer into technology, look how communication has changed. Instead of somebody laughing, they're like LOL, right? As we communicate as like we're robots, we lose expression, we lose humanity, we lose the human in the language is being stripped away from us because niggas is like WYA instead of hitting shorty up like, where you at? LOL. You getting hit with the emojis and whatnot. You getting hit with the one word answers like yes, no, an emoji, or maybe, you know what I mean? Shit like that is taking away from this. Imagine trying to interpret how somebody feels by reading a text message and then trying to decipher where the emotion is in said text. That is the dehumanization of natural language and whatnot. It's going away. We're becoming more android in our language and in the way that we communicate. And by doing such, we're also seeing at the same time, while our language is becoming quote unquote robotic, our emotions are as well. So people who are addicted to the devices, people who are addicted to the technology, they tend to be less compassionate than people who are not. So as people begin to merge more with technology, more with the machine world, more with this quote unquote artificial intelligence and whatnot, they don't have that kind of heart that they had before they got in touch with the technology. You know, some people don't even have time for people because they so deep into the matrix and whatnot. You feel me? Some people are doom scrolling so much on the damn web and whatnot that they don't even have time for the real world. their world exists inside of that phone. You feel me? They don't have the same type of passion. You got people in relationships and whatnot, and because of their consumption with parasocial networks, right? They don't even have love for their real ones in the real world. They like, fuck Zion. I'm popping in the Matrix. I'm popping in the Matrix. You feel me? I'm in the Matrix for real. Because remember, in the Matrix, Neo and them went into the fake world through the phone. Okay? Don't let that go over your head. They went into this artificial, quote unquote, digital world. This what they would call, what's the word? This virtual world. That's what cyberspace is. We are popping it right now in a virtual world. Okay? This is the virtual world where we're connected to right now. I'm in what is considered to be Zion and wherever I'm at, right? And this is the virtual world where I'm broadcasting to millions of people around the world at the same time, right? So this is, let's go into this next conversation about parasocial. Let's understand what parasocial means, and then I'm going to read an article about parasocial networking. Right? So this communication that we have right here is a parasocial one. And I've said it before. I say, yo, until a person literally meets you in the real world, right? Until we make this a two-way relationship, it's always going to be a one-way relationship. Like, I don't know you, but you know me. You feel me? That's not a healthy relationship. You dig? That's not a healthy relationship. Okay? That you can't really prosper in that type of relationship. So look, parasocial interaction, PSI, refers to a psychological relationship that an audience develops with media figures such as celebrities, fictional characters, or social media influencers. This phenomenon occurs when individuals perceive these personas as friends or confidants, despite the lack of direct interaction. The term was introduced by Donald Horton and Richard Wall in 1956, highlighting the illusory nature of these relationships where viewers engage with media figures as if they were involved in a reciprocal social relationship. How many people have parents who used to yell at the TV and talk to them people like Johnny Carson, like the people on the nighttime news television station? They used to yell at Steve Harvey when he's playing the goddamn game and whatnot. Pat Sajak, Vanna White. Huh? How many people had parents that would talk to the soap operas? They were talking to Susan Lucci and Tad on all my children, right? They used to talk to the soap opera people like that was their friends. Yelling at Price is Right, yelling at Jeopardy and whatnot. The dude is on Jeopardy, he whooping ass and whatnot, and you talking to him like the nigga was talking to Rocky in his corner during the fight. You like, yo, son, we got this. Listen, like I said, stay poised. I like you got your Joker face on. Keep that face. Don't look at Shorty with the red dress. She's pressure. You understand? Yeah, stay focused. Listen, we're gonna take the bag. Cause we're gonna get that kidney. You damn right. Yeah. We lock in with a person, we take on their personal journeys. We're looking at American Idol. Motherfuckers up there wild nervous and whatnot, looking like they got butterflies in our stomach. We on the floor like we got butterflies. We watching a Bachelorette, nigga. We thinking that somebody finna give us a rose. We looking at Flavor of Love. Niggas is talking like they hoops. You know what I'm saying? Parasocial relationships. They built a whole cottage industry off of parasocial interactions. Okay? There's a science to this shit. And I'm going to show you in a minute how these people, remember, these are psychologists, these are neurologists. We talking about trillionaires who are behind social networks that built out social media. These people went to Harvard, they went to MIT, they study human behavior and the human brain and all of these things. The people at Google who became super duper rich by utilizing the psychology of AdSense and things of that nature. What are they studying? Human behavior. They are crunching data to study human behavior, the brain, right? How the brain works, neurological sciences, and they monetized it. That's what they did. They doing all of this R&D, this all of this research and development to monetize. To monetize. You understand? And they've done that successfully at the behest, right? And at the detriment to the world's mental health. They built a house of cards on the backs, on the brains, on the mental health, the sands of the mental health of their unsuspecting, quote unquote, subscribers all around the world. Impact of social media. The rise of social media has intensified parasocial relationships by allowing for more frequent and intimate interactions between users and personas. Platforms like Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok facilitate these connections through likes, comments, and direct messages. Such interactions could blur the lines between actual social relationships and parasocial ones, leading to deeper emotional investments in media figures. How many of y'all in the chat room ever had a stalker off the internet who swore y'all went with that y'all was in a relationship, and you never ever even said nothing about a relationship to this person? You ain't never hollered, y'all ain't never went on a date, you didn't even send a nipple picture, but y'all in a relationship. That's bae. Okay, that's bae. I'm sure y'all know about this shit. I'm sure y'all know about this shit. People think that they locked in with you because you like they picture. You out here writing captions and whatnot after some slick lines that Jadakiss said. A person read it and they like, yeah, he talking about me. That's a parasocial relationship. Fam, I don't even know you. Respectfully though, no disrespect. I don't even know you like that. I'm just literally putting up captions. Okay. But people's mental health, right, are telling them, nah, that's all you. This person is literally, out of the 150 million followers, he's focusing on you. Right? These are some of the type of parasocial relationships. Researchers have categorized parasocial relationships into various types based on the intensity of emotional investment. So you got entertainment/social interest in a persona primarily for entertainment purposes. Yeah, like no judgment. We get you. We listen and we don't judge. We get it. I get you. Like I live vicariously through athletes. When I'm into sports and shit like that, I'm going to live vicariously through the athlete. I want my team to win. I want my player to win. I get it. Intense/personal. A deeper emotional connection where users feel they know the persona personally, right? The key word, persona, right? Which tends to be a character, okay? So a person will fall in love with the persona, but that's not who that person really is. You falling in love with the character, whether it is a rapper, whether it's one of your leaders and whatnot, whether it's you might fall in love with Bishop from Juice, and that's not who Tupac Shakur is in real life. you might fall in love with Drake the rapper, but that's not who Aubrey Graham is in real life. He's completely a different person. So the persona that's being presented is what's hooking you and what's putting you in a place where you're feeling like you found your twin flame. Okay. Borderline pathological involves unhealthy attachments that may lead to obsessive behaviors. That's that line right there that people cross in the cult of personality worship. Okay. That's that line that people cross that we see on the YouTube when people have cults and they go live and they show off how much they're able to abuse their cult members, how much they have them wrapped around their fingers and whatnot. That relationship that I just mentioned, borderline pathological, that's the relationship that DJ Academics has with Drake. You feel me? That is the relationship that DJ Academics, who is a stan, all right, he's part of what is known as stan culture. Y'all might not be familiar with it, but that's what half of the fucking internet is running off of right now. It's called stan culture, which also doubles as troll culture because all of the trolls that I know are stans of somebody. They have a parasocial relationship with either another man or another woman. I know both men and I know both women who are borderline obsessive on some internet shit, not with me personally, but with a whole bunch of other characters that they're locked in with against that other person. The person don't even know that they locked in like that. So I see this shit. I know it exists. I'm watching it in the culture play out in a very uncomfortable way with DJ Academics in the way that he's obsessing over Aubrey Graham. It's almost unhealthy. And they had a very telling year where all of that shit got exposed. And then to show you how wicked and weird stan culture is, the nigga showed his Spotify most played songs. You know when they do the Spotify wrapped up and they give you all of the songs that you play from number 1 to like 10. His number 1 artist was Kendrick Lamar, fam. There's nothing else to say after that. That's called parasocial, borderline pathological behavior. First of all, if I don't like you, I do not consume your content. It's a bunch of niggas out here that I would never watch anything that they made for more than 5 minutes. I'm not going to set my gaze upon no fuck niggas content because you know, they say observation, you collapse the wave and shit like that. What you pay attention to, you give rise to. I won't mention your name, nigga. I will not watch your content. I surely am not going to listen to your music. If you a whack artist that I'm going up against and I'm riding for another artist, nigga, in battle rap, I'm skipping past the round of the niggas that I don't rock with. I don't even want to hear you, fam. So the fact that he's listening to Kendrick Lamar more than Drake is showing you not only is he a fan, he's one of those fake obsessive niggas is on your they be on the wood so much they turn into a troll. You ever known about that? The watcher energy, right? They're watchers. They like the daddy long legs that be in the corner niggas rooms and whatnot. They incarnate as those niggas. And in the summertime, these niggas are house flies. You understand? And if you in the Caribbean, they the cockroaches with the wings and whatnot. Them watching ass niggas, watching spirits. That's them. Parasocial. And they watching you on the internet. Niggas will hack your computer to watch you. They watching you through your phone. They just watchers. Okay? They just watchers. And they cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. This is a parasite energy. And the ill thing about the internet, once again, is that these white boys are so psychotic and whatnot with their shit that they monetize dysfunction. They don't live in a world where you just wasting your time. I'm gonna expose this. No, nigga. No, they take that shit and they create formulas and whatnot. So they've created a formula, right, for people to utilize this to get rich off of what they call parasocial activity. And that happens to be OnlyFans. Okay. So the parasociality vortex, I like that word. OnlyFans, Sophie Rain, and the media's parasociality vortex, right? So they've created a vortex. They've created a trap. They've created a quote unquote thirst trap. They've created a money pit for all of you thirsty niggas online who basically like to obsess over tits and ass. And it's called OnlyFans. You understand? Genius shit. I don't know. Okay. Now, it's not only just pornography or not safe for work content that's being shown on OnlyFans. They got people up there teaching you how to cook. They got do-it-yourself channels and whatnot. I think there was a dude up there doing tax. He was fixing your credit and shit on OnlyFans. But the majority of OnlyFans is flesh. People that are selling flesh merchants and whatnot. Tits and ass. You okay? All right. Soft porn and hard porn. So let's read this article. I found it rather interesting how they were breaking it down. This is not just some raunchiness. There's some science in this. So check this out. Are you tempted to buy Old Spice deodorant based off the rippling torso of the man in the adverts? Did you snarf flake after flake in the 1990s because of some woman in a bathtub? Did you get hooked on Lucky Strikes in the 50s based on saucy imagery of sailors asking women clad in immodest bathing suits whether they inhale? If so, you might be a victim of one of the oldest maxims in the advertising industry: sex sells. Don't beat yourself up if you're in the audience. You know, okay? Don't beat yourself up. You're in the audience. You live in America, and we're going to explain how America utilizes, or you live in the West for that matter, right? Not just America. You live in the West, and Western man has certain type of formulas that they implement in everything that they do. And if you were to watch the documentary Century of Self, that goes into fine detail about Edward Bernays, right, who is considered the father of public relations and whatnot, and also Sigmund Freud and things of that nature, you'll understand the psychology of the Western man and why they do what they do and why they angle their quote unquote multi-trillion-dollar advertising agencies off of the backs of sex. And nothing has changed. They're doing it. They're reinventing it every day. Okay, every day, every other day. So when they try to demonize and when they try to quote unquote, victimize, and when they try to, what's the word? I would just say villainize, right? People in public for their, what's the word I would say, for their proclivities. Okay? For their proclivities. But they don't address the fact that this whole goddamn environment is saturated, oversaturated. You feel me? Proliferated with advertisements that are speaking to your lower self. They don't address that. They don't speak about that. You feel me? They don't even factor that in, that they're selling sex to people at a fast pace on a daily base all day, right? So when are we going to have a conversation about that? When are we going to have a conversation about the fact that there's a lot of contradictions in this society? Because they sell you sex, but then they make you ashamed of it. They push sex and they push hypersexualization, but then on one end, they're telling you, nah, that's not the way to go. That's not what you're supposed to be into. That's not that you're not supposed to be doing that until you're married. It creates cognitive dissonance. It creates mental health issues. It creates these fucking weirdos that you got running around and whatnot. It creates suppression, and suppression of your Kundalini energy will drive you crazy. So people are out here off the fucking chains, all right, when nobody is looking. People are out here on some demons of the flesh type shit. People are out here, I'm talking about to the point where they've been conquered by their lower self. And this is done on a daily basis through the media, which consists of Hollywood, the music industry, social media, all of that, right? So now you got this situation where they've launched an alternative. Okay, you have artists, like recording artists coming out saying, yo, I got an OnlyFans. The money ain't coming in the same anymore, and they're bargaining their quote unquote fan base, right? Being quote unquote sexually attracted to them. They're bargaining their sex appeal over their talent at this point. And this is, I ain't just talking about Sukiyana and them. You talking about country singers, R&B singers, you feel me? Actresses. So sex does sell. Just as the tobacco industry got the nation hooked on a vague fellatatory promise, so too is sex changing the digital media landscape in the 2020s. And nobody typifies that more right now than a 20-year-old Floridian named Sophie Rain. This week, Rain posted on Elon Musk's X that she made $43 million in the last year on a platform called OnlyFans, which is predominantly used by not safe for work content creators. Having made a name for herself on sites like Instagram and TikTok and collaborating with rapper NLE Chopper, Rain launched an OnlyFans where she posts softcore pornographic content, and apparently her fans eat it up, right? They eat it up. Now, I treat these figures with a degree of skepticism. Rain has posted a series of further screenshots apparently showing payout data from her OnlyFans page, which appear to corroborate the $43 million figure. But whether they are doctored or not remains to be seen. What's clear is that at the very least, the figure is plausible. It is plausible that a 20-year-old social media influencer could earn more than a Premier League footballer simply by uploading photographs of herself in varying states of undress. And for the sake of this piece, imagine it is true, and imagine that it's not even uncommon. Imagine that there are thousands of women now making seven-figure incomes from OnlyFans. What could this tell us about the landscape of the internet and its increasingly fraught relationship with value? Firstly, you have to understand the structure of an OnlyFans page. Most have a hard paywall set at somewhere within the margin error of $10. This is a low barrier to entry. Most of Rain's fans can afford to spend $10 a month to enter the Shangri-La of exclusive content. But the genius of OnlyFans as a model compared to, say, Netflix or Spotify is that this isn't where the true revenue extraction lies. Those sites are like Chinatown buffets, where a fixed fee gets you access to all of the dim sum young noodles that you can eat. Whereas OnlyFans operates like a private members club. $10 to get you through the door, $10 to show your status, and then you start spending the real money. Okay. Value is predominantly extracted through a mechanism called pay-per-view content, PPVs. Imagine that Rain's page only had a few bikini pictures after the paywall. Maybe the occasional live video where she teases new exclusive content. Then every day she'll launch new pay-per-view showing content that is sold to the gentlemen of the private members club, but is definitely too premium for open access. And by premium, we here mean naked. So if you want to see Rain naked, you have to pay an extra price on top of your subscription, and that price could be anything: $20, $50, $100 or more. Content creators are routinely able to sell sets of pictures, still images, for in excess of $100. Okay, brilliant. Porn makes money. Well done, Nick. And while 43 million is a hell of a lot of money for a single creator, these sorts of figures have existed in the game before. Estimates from the past decade have put the global value of the porn industry at anything from 97 billion to a more realistic 15 billion. But even that lower end figure is still staggering. The global box office for movies in 2023 was 40 billion. It's not implausible that the porn industry is more valuable than Hollywood. So what makes OnlyFans different and interesting from a digital media perspective? I don't want to do too much of a psychic evaluation of male heterosexuality, but something strange is happening here. I don't know this for sure, and please do not write in, perverts, but I don't think Rain does full frontal nudity. She certainly doesn't do corn in the conventional sense. Instead, she basically just posts photos of her boobs over and over and over. And she's not alone there. In fact, there are many creators who are a lot more chaste. Former Dr. Phil star turned teenage rapper Bad Barbie has earned a rumored 59 million on the platform since 2021, despite never appearing naked. What exactly her subscribers are paying for instance, eludes me. But it's the same question that could logically be posed of Rain's fan. Don't y'all be, I'm reading this article and I'm not trying to entice anybody. That's just my disclaimer. Because I'm not trying to pull nobody into the underworld. I'm talking about Parasocial, but let me get to it. Look, the appetite of men to see fresh, exciting angles of the same pair of boobs should not be underestimated. All the same, a perfunctory Google search will reveal to them that most of these images have been leaked. And yet this year, Rain already made 43 million from selling pictures, which will within 24 hours be available freely all over the internet. Why are they giving her money when they don't need to? And the answer is a phenomenon known as parasociality. Okay, this is what I'm getting to. Parasociality. A parasocial relationship is fundamentally one-sided. It's a term that has emerged in the internet era largely to describe the interactions between YouTubers and their fans. The idea is that these YouTubers invited a form of intimacy. They showed them inside their houses. They made them privy to their relationship struggles. At all times, sold a form of what? Authenticity. Okay, remember, that's the word of the year, not brain rot. It's authenticity, because it was in 2024, not that this is when most of us discovered. I'm sure that others were aware, but in 2024, there was a report that came out that said the most powerful emotion that was picked up was not love, it was authenticity. Okay, it was authenticity. So we were talking about the streamers, how the streamers kind of like took over this year. We talking about the streamers, the gamers from Twitch and Kick, and also YouTube Live and whatnot. These were kids that were playing video games years ago when we were in Harlem doing the Black Power thing and doing the conscious thing and whatnot. These were little children in their houses playing Fortnite and NBA and Madden and whatnot. And over the years, they grew multiple communities on the internet, and then some of them have matured and they don't necessarily just play games anymore. They're into a lot of other shit, but their fan base literally grew up with them. They was in a house with them. They seen them when they was broke, when they ain't have nothing. They seen them when they was struggling. They seen them when they ain't have no motion. And then they watched them develop over the years, and some of them, you know, living in $10 million mansions, got 10 cars, traveling the world, are very popular now. So there's a parasocial relationship that is building up in the hearts and the minds of these children, because they seeing themselves in Kai Cenat. They see themselves in I Show Speed. They see themselves in Aiden Ross. They see themselves in Duke Dennis and Agent and Phantom and whatnot. These are the content creators that these children are identifying and living vicariously through. So there's also revenue to be made and whatnot. You know what I mean? Kai Cenat has 700,000 subscribers on Twitch that pay $5 a month, right? 700,000 at $5 a month. And he built that up over like 4 years and whatnot. Okay. He just did the marathon, the 30-day marathon, where he literally got 350,000, maybe even 400 or 500,000 of those new subscribers during the marathon. During that marathon, he was able to gain all of these supporters who have a parasocial relationship. They feel like they're Kai's friend. They feel like they were Kai's friend. They feel like there's rate. They feel like they one of the kids that Kai and them is chilling with. They feel like they're Ray. You feel me? And the girls, they feel like they Zoe Spencer. You feel me? Like, so you're seeing these creators, these digital creators, these teenagers turn into young adults, become very wealthy. You know, they got sponsors like Nike, McDonald's, and all of this stuff, become endorsed and whatnot, the same way that the athletes, the same way that the rappers used to do. The only thing that's missing is these kids are not beefing. They don't have, you know what I mean? They don't have the part of their lives that the rappers have with the court cases and they got drill, they got murder beef and whatnot. They got somebody trying to kill them. You feel me? All of these things are eluding these streamers up until now. Things could change overnight, but up until now, that's where it is. So I'm saying all of that to say that they fit this category perfectly about the parasocial relationship, more so than people of my era and the followers that we have and the people that are, but even in that you can really see it. But I could really see it in the youth, in the teenagers, and the young adults. I could really see it in how the 12 to 25. Remember, I've said it before and I'm gonna say it again. When I speak about the internet and when I speak about certain trends and whatnot, and when I speak about industries like the music industry, I have to always remind y'all, I'm speaking about it from a point of business. So in the business world, the preferred demographics is 12 to 25-year-olds across the border. Okay. So when I speak about certain behaviors and trends and stuff like that, I'm mostly speaking about that age demographic, but I'm teaching the older generation and other generations about them, so we don't have to walk around kind of like lost in limbo about certain behaviors, certain things that are be going on, because there's nobody that's really going to explain this shit. Okay. We talked about aesthetic nihilism on the last few shows to show you that there's an aesthetic to these children that have a nihilistic way of living and seeing the world. They call them crash outs, YN niggas. You feel me? There's many different names for them, but I'm just giving you the science behind it. Nigga, it's nihilism. They don't have no reason to live. They crashing out like kamikazes and whatnot, because to them, there is no fear. There is no fear of death. This life has no meaning. These niggas is out here thrill killing and whatnot, and not thinking nothing of it and whatnot. They're different. They built different. They are different. They're not the same of the generation that you may come from. These children are moving off of different algorithms. You know what I'm saying? A parasocial relationship is fundamentally one-sided. Okay, going back to what I was saying about these one-sided relationships. It's a term that has emerged in the internet era largely to describe the interactions between YouTubers and their fans. The idea is that these YouTubers invited a form of intimacy. They showed them inside their houses. They made them privy to their relationship struggles. And at times they sold a form of intimacy. So in the beginning of the YouTube era with the conscious community, Polite was bringing around his wives. He was taking you niggas to his Airbnbs and telling you that that was his real estate properties. He was basically taking you to Whole Foods while he went shopping and stuff like that. Parasocial relationships. And niggas became obsessed with all of that. And they felt like, oh nah, that's my man. Son is that I'm part of his family. I'm his other kid. These niggas went under the deodorant and what? I'm his other kid. Right? Nature Boy. He brought you into his house. Look, we eating berries and whatnot that we just picked outside from the tree. He's taking you niggas into the forest with him while he's wearing leaves and whatnot. Y'all out here doing his yoga breathing with him. You feel me? You was at the beach with him watching his baby mama fight another girl. Parasocial relationships. You rooting for him. Oh, don't deport him. Keep him in Mexico. Parasocial relationship. You became vicariously what was the name of the organization? Carbon Nation. You niggas was vicariously Carbon Nation, wearing leaves in your own living room and whatnot, and you was living vicariously through them. When he went live, y'all put leaves on, and you was a part of the cult. You was stretching, you was kissing the ground, you was doing all of that. And I could go on for days about other organizations. It's a lot of them. And they cult-like, and it's some parasocial shit. Okay? It's some parasocial. That's why when the YouTuber lets you down, or when the YouTuber gets exposed, or when a YouTuber has some type of quote unquote, controversy, right? Then you niggas have a meltdown and you die inside. You die. You have a small death inside. Because you was living inside of this nigga like Dave. Remember the movie with Eddie Murphy, Dave? You was living inside of him like a Disney movie. You know what I'm talking about? You was inside living vicariously through this persona, this character. And if a nigga break character, or if you find out that it was a fucking role the whole time, it was a character the whole time, you butt hurt. You butt hurt. You in your feelings and whatnot. You like, I don't like Billy anymore. Yeah. I don't like him. He let me down. But really, parasociality goes far beyond YouTubers. Think about the number of men who are obsessed by particular athletes, right? That relationship between bloke and sports star is parasocial. Fans of Cristiano Ronaldo will post starry-eyed workout videos or Saudi propaganda that has nothing to do with his prowess on the field. In point of fact, it's a trend that has been developing, exasperated by the delocalization processes of the internet. Kids are no longer fans of football team, they're fans of football players. Are you City or United has been replaced by are you Holland or Hoojland, right? So you seen it. I seen it with the NBA with my son. I didn't know about niggas was feeling Kyrie Irving like that. I didn't know about none of that shit. I didn't know that niggas was on Kevin Durant's on his body like that until I went sneaker shopping with my son. That's how I found out who was lit from going sneaker shopping with Amir. He was like, nah, these is the new kicks. That nigga's hot. You know what I'm saying? And you know, they into the players. They not into the team. You feel me? They into the players. Yeah, Ja Morant now. They he could go to any team as long as he's performing. They're into the player. And it's a W. It becomes we're gonna support the whole team in our favorite player when it's a win-win for them. You feel me? So parasociality is a reason why. So there's mad grown men. Football Sunday. I'm not a sports person, just for the record, and this is not me trying to stunt on no grown man at all. I'm not better than nobody, but I'm not a sports dude. I don't do the sports shit like that. I don't sit around and watch sports. I don't bet on sports. I'm not obsessed with sports. I can give a fuck about sports. If I watch it, if I see it, I see it. When I'm watching sport, it's usually I am supporting someone. If I'm watching that shit, I'm supporting my son or my dad or whoever's locked in with the sports. I'm just being respectful. But that's not my thing, right? But I done seen the obsession that grown men have over other grown men that they have no knowledge. They don't know this person, but they live in vicariously through that person parasocially. Parasocially. Yeah, you think sports are rigged? Yeah, it is fucking rigged. Go and get your bread though. Find out who's rigging it and get on FanDuel and hit a fucking lick. That's the only thing I'm interested in. Yeah, it's rigged. Find out who's rigging it and get your bread, nigga. You know, when I saw the movie Back to the Future and the nigga Biff was able to have the sports book and went back in time, that's all I ever wanted to do. I want to go back in time and hit mad licks in Vegas. You feel me? I want to hit mad licks at the fight, nigga. Like I want to be him. Yeah, that's what I want to go back in time to do. Hit a lick with the sports bet. Just to see how that shit feels. You feel me? But let's go back to this. Parasociality is the reason why so many grown men are giving money to Sophie Rain notionally to see her breast. It is because the transaction creates a relationship. Let's just focus on that. The transaction, trick ass nigga, is a form. It creates a relationship. So if I'm sweating some girl on Instagram, right, and I'm all in her DMs and shit, and I'm, oh my goodness, you so fine. Oh Lord. Oh, man. She like, yo, start a relationship, nigga. Send something. Start a relationship. Send something. So what the hell? What the fuck? When did this is transactional? This is transactional. We need a paper trail. You feel me? Is this Rapunzel? Is this Hansel and Gretel, nigga? Are you leaving me breadcrumbs? You like, yes, throw some breadcrumbs, spend something. Like, damn. So the transaction creates a relationship. Henceforth, why this shit is this is the cash me outside. Cash me out, nigga. This is the cash me out culture. There's a contingency of men who grew up and decided that I'm going to create relationships transactionally. Okay. And that's going to be the way that I'm going to ease up, my body count. I don't know who the fuck was teaching it. We need more coach. We need more coach Sanders. We need big homies. Talk to these little niggas, man. Let's raise them right. Because that's not it right there. I don't know who the fuck told you that a transaction creates a relationship. I know simping ain't easy, but goddamn it, you supposed to know the transaction creates a relationship. Really? Okay, nigga, you about to go on a trip, on a great adventure. That, you know what I mean? This ride is gonna be a shaky one. I promise you, this roller coaster is finna spin 1,000 times on your ass and you might throw up. Okay, so buckle up, nigga. If that's how you think you about to take this one, buckle up, because they're gonna send you for a ride. They're gonna send you for a ride. Somebody said it's energetic. I like real energy though. Give me that real energy. Fuck that shit. Currency is energy type shit. Nigga, this is not Iceberg Slim. Sis, you not Jackie Brown. I don't want to hear none of that. Beloved. You know what I'm talking about? The real energy is, you feel me? Real energy comes from the energetic ones. Do not make the energy transactional. We're not doing that. You feel me? Yeah, we gonna spend. You feel me? We finna spend, but I need you to charge me up with your effervescence. I need them pheromones to get on me. You know what I'm talking about? Like, we ain't gonna make this transaction. There's nothing about a transaction that has to do with what I'm about to do. That's all I'm saying. There's nothing transactional in the work that I'm finna about to put in. Nothing whatsoever. So the transaction creates a relationship, a tenuous, vapid, mercenary relationship, but a relationship all the same. Look, of course, it's important that she's young and pretty and willing to strip off. That's the idea that she's selling. But exploiting that idea requires the boring necessity of content creation and assuming that she's not willing to consistently escalate. She has to foment an illogical response to her subscribers. She has to defy gravity. So I'm Joe Normal, a 40-year-old accountant from Medianville in Model County. I spend $150 a month on content from this American Filipina model because it's the most that I can afford. Hide from my wife. I do it because I have something slightly broken in my brain, which makes me feel like treating this girl who I can never truly interact with shows that my life has value. It makes me feel successful. It makes me feel like I am taking the road I didn't take back when the road forked many years ago. It is a time machine. She is my hypothetical past wife. I am her hypothetical future father. Paging Dr. Freud, etc. See, that's that weird white boy shit. I didn't write this. This is that weird white boy shit that I just read. Okay. This is the Western mind. This is an art. I like reading the Medium articles because you get into the mind of Western man and you see how weird they tend to, you know, it's mixed with all of that German philosophy and all of this weird shit that they be on. It is an extension, in effect, to one of my favorite cognitive biases, the Benjamin Franklin effect. This phenomenon asserts that if party A does a favor for party B, then party A feels more positively about party B as a result. It is, in essence, a cognitive explanation of why we do nice things, even though they often operate against our own self-interest, right? This ascribing of illogical value is kind of an anathema of 20th century capitalism, but it's something we're seeing more of amongst Generation Z and young millennials. Take, for example, the free-to-play video game like Fortnite, which costs nothing to download, but makes huge profits off the back of selling cosmetic upgrades to your character. These skins are designed to have no competitive advantage, but instead are an opportunity to flex. They allow you to support other IP within the game, to show off how long you've been playing, or to gas up your disposable income levels. Indeed, the video game community is huge on this irrational ascription of value. Twitch, the main streaming site for video gameplay, is based on a model of tipped tiers, which represent status and parasociality first and foremost, and utility very much secondly. So translation to what I just read is you have Okay, so once again, they've been able to figure out the buying habits of this preferred demographics, 12 to 25, right? 12 to 25. They're not pitching to older people on Twitch in places like they're pitching to the 12 to 25. So they're selling them tits, they're gonna sell them ass, and they're gonna put them into certain situations like Fortnite. That's a free game, right? So they're getting them into a freemium business model where you give somebody something for free, right? And when they take that, or when they start participating in something that's free, like an app and whatnot, you upsell them on the app, right? So they're upselling them in Fortnite by having them pay for cosmetic upgrades to their character. I'm assuming that you put on different skins and whatnot, and it doesn't really hold any purpose other than to just flex. But they know the mind state of a teenager or young adults and whatnot is it's about status. It's about flexing that status and whatnot. And they're going to put a price tag on anything that involves that right there. Okay. The problem is the mechanic is financially indistinguishable from value for commodity subscriptions like Netflix or Spotify on one hand, and mortgages, electricity, TV licenses on the other. I've written in the yeah. I'm not going to read this whole thing. It's an interesting read, and I will drop the link in the chat so y'all could devour that and whatnot. You could dive into it. But it's a very interesting observation about the internet, especially as we wind up 2024. And I've seen this whole parasocial thing really start to take over. You feel me? Really start to take over. And I've also seen the brain rot thing really start to take over. A lot of people wasted a lot of time in this quantum year that I know that I wasted a lot of time, going down rabbit holes and whatnot, and giving my attention to a lot of shit that I didn't need to give attention to. Moving forward for 2025, where we're gonna strive to stay alive and whatnot and not survive, I'm gonna have to really be more mindful of both my screen time and just what I focus on. That's real important. Okay. One of the things though that I'm beginning to notice, and one of the things that tie into this parasocial mind state or phenomenon, is there's a lot of conversations in the public about relationships right now. I haven't recalled a time where so many people were conversing about other people's relationship and their choices in women than I have in the past few weeks. And one of the stories that has dominated the timelines and have taken so many people, it's almost like their personal mission is to speak to Travis Hunter, is the situation with Travis Hunter, who is he's one of the best football players in the country as a college football player that's going into the big leagues. He's a Heisman Trophy winner, right? He's one of the premier athletes on the planet Earth. And he has a girlfriend, okay? He has a lady. He has a significant other who many people are deeming a trap. They're flat out calling her a hoe. A 304, I'm sorry. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Let's not we don't want to get in trouble with the people at YouTube. So they're calling her 304, and they're digging up, the internet sleuths went right to work. Sherlock Holmes and them, Scooby-Doo and the gang. they went ahead and they went digging and they found, because they say if you dig, you dig deep enough, you bound to strike some oil, right? So yeah, they found content. I'm talking about. She's out here getting slid, getting rizzed up and whatnot. And then I think a tape recently dropped where somebody basically had a fixing her hair after a Pound Town episode of Pound Town and whatnot. So, he's basically fighting it. This young man whose mother said having you at 16 wasn't a mistake after all. During his Heisman Trophy acceptance, his mama, not his shorty, his mom's, she said, yeah, after all, having you at 16, it wasn't a mistake. And there's just some things that you have to keep to yourself, mama. You feel me? So they got this nigga fighting the internet right now. His daddy is not there. He said he gave a shout out to his dad. And his father couldn't make it, but his father is alive. You feel me? He might be on drugs. He might be an addict. I don't know, mama. I don't know what the condition of his pops is, but his pops is alive, but he's not there. Okay. And his mama said that he wasn't a mistake. And the girl that he with was like, I didn't really love that nigga, but I just started loving him recently. She didn't say no shit like, how you want your bae to show up and whatnot. Oh my God. So somehow, some way, this young man has triggered every nigga who has been with a thought in their life, who knows what's about to happen, to get up. They pick up these. He has activated 1,000 men to pick their phones up and to make videos about his relationship with his wife and try to, or his soon-to-be wife, his fiance, and try to warn that man what he's about to get himself into. Now, I saw the other day that he didn't even board on the plane to fight to go to the last game of the year. You feel me? He didn't board the team plane. I think my nigga's balled up, hurt somewhere. You feel me? I think he hurt. And he decided, instead of to say, you know what, all of you old heads that are trying to give me advice, you feel me? Y'all got the gray in your beard. That means wisdom. He's talking about you too old to be worried about a young nigga. Mind your business. I love my baby mama. I'll never let her go. So we already know what's about to happen with that. He decided that he wanted to fight the internet. So they even went deeper. Yes, he had to delete his IG. He's going through mental anguish right now. He's going through mental anguish. And I don't think that shorty knows the right things to say to him in this moment. I don't want to be nosy and whatnot, but goddamn it, I would love to hear what Alexa picked up in the household when she was trying to baby him. Like, it's gonna be all right, boo. It's gonna be all right. You good? Don't worry about that. The girl deleted the IG too. They said somebody was smacking the bellies. Somebody was smacking her bellies and whatnot. So it's just crazy. I don't know if it has something to do with Saturn pulling up. I don't know if it has something to do with the retrograde ending. Fam, y'all help me out here. And then you got that situation with Travis, right? And then right after that, I seen a clone of his, damn near a nigga who is almost his twin energy-wise, with Devin Haney. How many know who Devin Haney, the boxer, is? So Devin Haney's baby mother, right, who used to be a 304, a professional 304, a known 304, because they got this group called Taz Angels from back in the days. You feel me? They were like receptacles to they were daycares to a lot of people out there. And she is, I don't know why they did it to Young Thug, but they went ahead and leaked his jail calls. When you remember Purnell? Remember Menace to Society when they went to go see Purnell and what's her name? Jada Pinkett. She had to tell Purnell that my nigga was smashing. Like, yeah, he's smashing right now. You all right with that, Purnell? Purnell was like, take care of her. Take care of her and the kid. All right, man. Don't let us down. So Purnell. Yeah, remember the Taz Angels? They was mad young loose gooses. You know what I'm saying? They was a bunch of loose gooses and whatnot. And she was on and they leaked the phone calls. They leaked the niggas' visits. There's some wicked black people in Fulton County, goddamn it. Some wicked black people. And they leaked his visits, and then she was on the visiting floor begging for this man. Now, she now has child with Devin Haney, right? This is prior to her being pregnant. She now has child with Devin Haney. And, you know, she's like, I don't know why they leaked my video. You know what I'm saying? I'm with Devin. Whatever Devin say, I'm riding with Devin. I'm like, Devin, nigga, you Travis Hunter. The fuck? Nigga, this is Travis Hunter. You know, like on SpongeBob, where they be like 2 years later. This is Travis Hunter. 3 years later, it's Devin fucking with Shorty talking about I'm with Devin right. You damn right you with Devin right now. You don't got no choice. The fuck you talking? She made it seem like she had options. But Young Thug didn't claim you. You was on the visiting floor. You on the dance floor. Trying to act like you trying to break into the jail and do the bid with the nigga. No problem. You feel me? You know, however people feel about other people, that's on them. But the fact that Devin Haney is trying to fight the internet when it's like, fam, you're 304. You feel me? She out here embarrassing you, my nigga. You know? And then he sent his father to talk for him. You don't do that. Not on the internet. So they're having a field day with Devin. You know, they having a field day, you know, with Devin and his simpery. And I don't feel bad for him. You feel me? I don't feel bad for him. You know, he just looked like he ain't finished baking in the oven and whatnot. You know what I mean? He ain't finished. He looked too wet behind the ears. And so, and everybody deserves love and whatnot. But niggas should be in like, you know how they got training wheels? Some of these niggas need to be in training wheel relationships. Not the big one. You ain't ready for the big one. You're not ready to get out there and do the big one. You a great athlete, but you're not ready for the big one. You need a training wheel relationship. You need an A&R in your relationships, man. Especially when y'all dealing with these high-powered chicks. You niggas need an A&R. You know, I don't give a fuck how athletic you was. You can't dunk on a 304, nigga. You can't dunk on a 304. They always gonna do a layup on you. Okay? They just a little bit advanced in that athletic field than you are. She can't beat you. She can't wiggle you. You know what I mean? She probably couldn't do the one-hand catch because you have perfected that sport. And I'm just here to let you know that working the blade is a sport, my nigga. You know what I mean? Grabbing ankles is a sport. You know what I mean? And she's perfected that sport, nigga. She's catching balls. Okay? She out here catching balls, and you can't beat her at that sport. You good on one. You not a decathlon, nigga. You don't, you know what I mean? It's rare that niggas is great fucking athletes and also awesome fucking cocksmen. You know what I mean? Or yeah, it just don't work like that. So some of these niggas need training wheels before they hop into these full throttle situations, because these chicks out here, yeah, they all stars. You know what I'm talking about? They like Olympians. You know what I'm talking about? Nigga, they working with Olympian type skill sets. You can't win, and they're gonna make you look bad. Look at Scottie Pippen, my nigga. You should have learned. You know what I'm talking about? And the girl gives me, the girl that's with young boy, the boy that's about to be a multi-billionaire. I bet his NIL deal is crazy. He already got bread, Travis Hunter. He got the NIL deal and all of that. He's about to get probably one of the biggest contracts. But I promise you, that girl will mess up his negotiations for the money. You understand? Like if they sign him to a team, he's not gonna get the amount of money that he would have gotten if his wife was one of those, yes sir, yes sir. You know what I'm talking about? If she just chilled. Because they're like, yo, all she got to do is cheat on this nigga, and he won't be able to make it to the Super Bowl. He's gonna be destroyed. They could look at the nigga. You're not freshly out the oven. I could look at a nigga, tell you still in the oven cooking, my nigga. You're not fully baked. You could look at a nigga face and be like, you're not fully baked. She's gonna mess up the money. She is Ginger from Casino. There's a nigga somewhere on an air mattress who she's bringing all of that money to. Factory with a conch. You know what I mean? There's a nigga with some Jim Jones cornrows chilling somewhere that got that girl's number. He knows all of the buttons to push. And he told her, go get that money and bring it back. Matter of fact, you know what I'm saying? If you really want to take it there, let the nigga baby you up and then come back to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Chris Brown on that ass. You know what I mean? Come see me whenever you need a touchdown type shit. She got a coach somewhere. You know what I'm talking about? She got a coach. That's a fact. I could just look at her and tell she got a coach. So he needs to really make a decision of his life choice. It was just crazy how life was just, had just popped out and whatnot, and was like, yo, you could be, you could win a prize like the Heisman. You could be at the heights of your childhood dreams, because I'm sure every child dreamed about winning a Heisman Trophy. And the same day that you get that trophy, you taking an L, one of the biggest fucking L's in the court of public opinion, where the people don't approve of your Wissington. That's a hard pill to swallow. You know what I'm talking about? Nigga, that's a hard pill to swallow. You know? You want people to be down with your whiz. You know what I mean? Like, you want everybody to be co-signed. You know what I mean? You don't, it's not a good, it's just not a great feeling. I don't think, you know what I mean? You can't even celebrate the right way. You can't even celebrate the right way. And that situation brought me to another situation that spoke loudly about relationships, and that was the Papoose and Remy Ma situation. Like, fam, all of these relationships, well, what we would call affairs of the hearts, it's all lessons that are teaching us some things and whatnot. So the Remy Ma Papoose thing was real messy. You feel me? But it was a way to you had to close the year out with some type of solution to that situation, because that was brewing all year. That was brewing all year and whatnot. She was openly cheating on this man, and we had to feel sorry for Papoose and act like we didn't see what the fuck we were seeing, you know? And fast forward to how the season finale, they wrapped up the season finale, and she caught the L and he caught the new bae. His girl is a boxer, and she a baddie to me. You feel me? She a Clarice. She a baddie to me. She looked nurturing. You feel me? She just got a mean uppercut, but she looked nurturing. You feel me? She got some cute ass toes and whatnot. She looked like she could tap into her divine feminine. Nigga, that's a W. For real. That's a W. Who looked better in the face? Her and Remy Ma. Remy Ma got all of that work. You know what I mean? But niggas remember how she looked like when she just came home. Yeah, Papoose got to do him. He don't even need the boxer chick. You know what I mean? That's a rebound. Because low-key, she had a boyfriend too. She just, you know what I'm saying? That's just therapy right now. But my nigga Pap, your stocks is up. Yo, Travis, young Travis, your stocks is up. Nigga, you the prize. Devin, finished cooking in the oven. Your stocks is up too, nigga. You feel me? Y'all stocks is up. Don't respect yourself, King. You know what I mean? Don't settle, King. You feel me? You high value men. You feel me, King? Yeah. Yeah, talk your shit. Stand on business. Yeah, because Remy is a downgrade. I'm sorry. She was with Easy the block captain. That's not a flex, my nigga. That's not a flex. He lost every battle that he was in ever since the scandal broke with them. He can't win one battle. He was on a winning streak. Yeah, that nigga name was hot. It didn't come out of nowhere. He had motion in the ocean. You feel me? Easy the block captain was on a winning streak. I think he was like 11-0. He was killing niggas. He was stepping on them. And then he got knocked out by Papoose for sleeping. The reason why Papoose said he knocked him out is because if you sleep with a man's wife and then you shake his hand afterward, you deserve to get knocked out. Astaghfirullah. I might knock him out. You know what I mean? The fuck? That's how niggas die. You come on, fam. There's a line that you don't cross. Like, come on now. That's some real grimy shit. That's beyond grime. That's next level Grimington. So yeah, when you do whole ass shit like that, you're gonna get knocked out because you can't win that fight. The ancestors, it's a spiritual law in place. When you do wrong, you open up the field for wrong to get done to you. It's hard to win that fight, man. You know what I mean? You got to move. So with the 2024, so heavy on integrity, so heavy on authenticity, so heavy that so many lessons pointed to that right there. So many lessons pointed to character, integrity, authenticity. So many lessons pointed to that this year. So many people got their number. Okay? Got exposed. Got their skirts lifted up. And it exposed the lack of integrity, the lack of character, and the lack of authenticity. Shout out to Drake. Okay? Who is attempting his last, which is going to be, in my humble opinion, his worst stream. He's no longer a rapper. He has now pivoted to a streamer. Drake, Aubrey Graham. Remember he used to rap? Yeah. This nigga is now doing streams with white boys, right? His next one is with Aiden Ross. And he's trying to give away toys for Christmas. Isn't Christmas over with? Am I late? Did I miss it? Didn't Christmas already? Isn't over with? This nigga's doing the toy giveaway on Aiden Ross's stream. He don't want to rap no more. See what I'm talking about? I promise you. This nigga chased him out of rapping. He chased him out the booth. Okay? Yeah, Bad Santa. Bad Santa, come on, Black Right? What's up with BBL Drizzy? What are we doing? So he's going on tour in Australia the same day that Kendrick is going to be in New Orleans popping his shit. I'd have been in New Orleans. Fuck that. If I was Drake, I'd have booked something in the French Quarters. So nobody goes to what the fuck is in Australia? This nigga's going down under. You know what I'm talking about? Get out of here, nigga. Niggas don't fuck with Australia like that. Where you going to Iggy Azalea's house? He's going to Australia to do a concert. You know what I mean? And then he's doing a fucking stream with Aiden Ross he's trying to appeal, right? He's trying to appeal to the Zesties. He's trying to appeal to a large segment of the gooish European mayonnaise section that he lost to Kendrick Lamar. But he don't want to rap no more. Okay? He don't want to rap no more. He's done with that. You know what I mean? He's done with that. So that's your man's in him. Yo, who saw Dr. Umar on the stream, my nigga? I tried to tell y'all that the streamers took over. Who saw Dr. Umar on the Twitch stream? I like that show. That shit was fire. That shit was fire. Yeah, he's officially Aubrey again. Remember, Drake was the character, right? Drake was the character, and Aubrey is the person. The persona is Drake. It wasn't real. It was a character. He was putting on it the finest, greatest role, probably. A great role. You know? A great role. Did I mention that we will be on Brother Rich's channel, Black Magic 363? I think at 9 o'clock. Me and Blue Pill. So make sure y'all check that out. You feel me? We got the end of the year lecture coming up with the good brother Ross Ben. You feel me? That's going to be classic. We've been building up anticipation leading to it, right? And boy, oh boy, what a way to end 2024. It just don't stop. It just don't stop. Every day is some new shit. It just don't stop. It just don't stop. Okay. What was Dr. Umar talking about? Nah, he was with a young streamer, and this streamer, it happens to be from Philly. They was in Atlanta, and the young streamer, he domiciles in Atlanta, but he's originally from Philly, and they was just kicking it. Like, he was on there on some unk shit. He was rapping Meek Mill's song. This nigga was really on his Philly shit. You feel me? But there was a segment where he talked to the young man who lost his mother, and that was very deep. He got into doctor mode with him. He got into like psychiatrist mode, therapist, right? So look how we end in 2024, man. This is remarkable. This is remarkable. This is the great divine speaking through signs. This is some touchdown shit. This is to show you that we fucking won. Okay? This is how you pay homage to Dr. Delbert Blair. This is how you pay homage to Dr. York. This is how you pay homage to Elijah Muhammad. This is how you pay homage to all of the teachers who were teaching this shit when this was considered to be super, super, super underground and super secret. But now it is publicly known that they just put out a report, Project Stargate, 1984, right? Shout out to A. Rashid. And he broke down the whole thing about 40-year cycles. And we did the 30-year cycle with Ross Ben when we were talking about the Philadelphia experiment and the Montauk experiment and whatnot. But we're talking about a 40-year window. 1984. Do you know what the fuck was happening in 1984? Music-wise? Do you know how lit 1984 was? So while hip-hop was a baby, and while the culture was just emerging and whatnot, and while humanity was kind of lit in 1984, the CIA had a project called Stargate where they were doing remote viewing, right? Now, shout out to Ross Ben. Ross Ben, about a week ago or two, Ross Ben sent me a video where he linked up with a bunch of remote viewers, right? We did this show on Mount Rwenzori, right? Remember the Mount Rwenzori in the Congo. We did the show a few weeks ago. Prior to me and him doing the show, he did a remote viewing session with a group of Europeans who literally, I listened to their report, right? They had a whole 2-hour report where they were reporting to Ross Ben what they were remote viewing, right? He gave them certain descriptions. He didn't tell them anything about the mountain. He didn't say anything about the name of it. And all of them was coming back with all type of information dealing with that one spot. And I say all of that to say that I am a firm believer that remote viewing is real. It is applicable. It is an applicable science. It's not pseudo. It's not speculation. It's real in my book. So what they are revealing in Project Stargate is that they had a group of seers, right? And they were able to, quote unquote, astral project. Okay, they're utilizing psychic astral projection. So like they'll show you some of them things on Netflix, and they have the remote viewers who solve crimes, who find lost children and stuff like that. Well, they use a group of remote viewers to go back into a million years and to astral project to Mars. And there's a whole report on it. A whole report on it. And you could read. I'm going to put it in a Discord. You could read. You could break down. You, creator, could come up with some fire shit. This was a fucking movie script. This is source material to create something. And I'm not going to, the game is to be sold. I promise you. No offense, but I'm not going to get on YouTube and start throwing out pitch and pearls to swine. Not to say that anybody out here is swine, but I can't get up there and start throwing information out and visions about what you could do with this information. We'll talk about this in a private group because all information is not for the public. But participants describe an ochre-colored pyramid in a large row reminiscent of Earth's ancient structures, suggesting eerie similarities. And we all know that there were pyramids found on Mars, of course, that they tried to cover up, but they got caught with the face on Mars. Ancient civilization. Listen, the subject encountered very tall, thin people wearing fitted silk-like clothing, claiming they were searching for survival amid a collapsing Mars, right? Tall, thin people. If they had blonde hair, them niggas would say it. If they were blue-eyed, they would say it. If they were European or pale-skinned, they would say it. When they are anything else, they conveniently don't say it. You got to learn how to read between the lines. When it's anything else, they just give you vague descriptions like very tall, thin people. Mars was depicted as a hostile world where fierce storms forcing inhabitants to shelter in pyramids used for hibernation or survival. Okay. Mars is the god of war. Okay. The subject detailed how ancient Martians left their homes in vessels resembling large boats, seeking refuge in volatile vegetation-rich lands like the Earth. Volatile vegetation-rich lands. Okay. Okay. I would love to see somebody make create these scenes, create this artwork, create it. Psychic spies. The study was part of Project Stargate, a U.S. Army initiative to create remote viewers for intelligent gathering against Soviet threats. So what they do is they find you people online. They find you in these schools. They find you in these group homes. They find you all around the world, and they take you into their quote unquote social services. They bring you into their quote unquote federal administration and their governmental jobs, and then they kidnap you, or they make you an offer you can't refuse, and they're using you as a remote viewer to basically find people and to find threats, and also to discover certain things that I would say have been hidden. Holographic universe. The subject's visions hinted at a grander, mind-bending concept that existence itself might be a projection or a hologram, right? That's what they said. This is what the subject came back with. Environmental collapse. Descriptions include corruption of their environment, suggesting Mars decay mirrored warnings about Earth's fragile future, right? Fucking around and finding out. Okay, that's what they was over there fucking around and finding out. So that's a great way to end 2024, because remember, it started with the aliens in the mall in Miami. 9 foot tall, what? Thin. That's what they described them as. Dark, thin, tall beings that emerged out of nothingness. That's what they said. And then in the middle of the year, they started having these hearings and whatnot. And then they came out with the information about there being life inside the ocean, and there were being quote unquote civilization inside the ocean. And then you had the drones and the orbs and whatnot. And then they ended out with the quote unquote report coming from 1984 that they was looking at us on Mars, building pyramids and whatnot. And of course, Elon Musk and these crazy bald heads are talking about colonizing Mars. Press the like button. Press the like button, please. Let's check out this next clip that I did for the year in review before I get out of here. This clip is an animated clip called Rage Against the Machine, and it's talking about the new group of or the niche market of hip hop that is considered to be the Ragers, and how they came up for 2024. New aesthetics that is, when we speak about the new aesthetics that is controlling the music right now, especially for the year 2024, right? When I say the music industry, I have to preface 12 to 25, right? Not 12 to 25. So aesthetic nihilism, right? So nihilism has an aesthetic, right? Nihilism is basically that whole idea of life having no meaning. Nihilism is, you know, the shit that the punk rock kids was on, the death metal and stuff like that. Nihilism is gangbanging, right? Nihilism is fuck it. It's a crash out. It's baby Kia and whatnot. It's a crash out. That's nihilism. So nihilism has an aesthetic, and the aesthetic of nihilism in 2020 would have been the shiesty mask, right? With the black hoodie, all black everything. Shiesty mask, black hoodie, black jacket, black forces, black jeans with the black blicky. You know what I'm talking about? That's the nihilism aesthetic. Now, fast forward to 2024, the nihilism effect and the nihilism aesthetic has an anti look, an Afro punk and a vampire gothic look, right? So when we talk about anti, it goes back to the conversation that we've had on many occasions that the younger generation are anti what? Anti everything. And they do everything in their powers to distinguish themselves to not look like the generation that precedes them, what they would call the old heads or the unks and the aunties and stuff like that. So they're anti-establishment. They're anti all that shit that you was on. They're anti. Afro punk is an aesthetic that, you know, the Afro punk people have, where they are considered to be the misfits. Okay. Not the nerds, the misfits. Yes, the rebellious ones, right? The misfits, the Afro punks, right? Punk rockers, but with an Afro twist, Afro futurism, all of that. The vampire gothic thing is that all black Playboy Cardi, you know, whole lot of red type of thing that you see gripping the youth culture, right? Counterculture. But counterculture has now become pop culture. Okay, so what was counterculture has now become pop culture, and the murder rap, the gangbanger rap, like, you know, not to say that none of these people are not gangbanging, because they are, right? But more so the shit that Little Baby, Young Thug, and that part of Atlanta represented. Playboy Cardi, Destroy Lonely, Ken Carson, Trippie Redd, my dude Travis Scott. That's what they represent, right? They the Ragers, and they are gothic rap, right? A whole new genre. These are the vultures that we were telling you about when we were talking about vulture culture. These are the vultures, right? These would be considered the vultures because they stand in the shadows of Ye, who, you know, I won't say he makes rager music and whatnot. I won't say that he makes rager music, but he's definitely the father of many of these sounds, and he's the executive, you know, he's behind the scenes. He's the Svengali to a lot of these artists that have adapted this fusion sound. It's a fusion sound, right? It's rage. It's like, you know, crowd surfing, and Kanye did with Yeezus. Thank you. So his introduction to that sound is through Yeezus, and it got perfected by Travis and a few other people, and here we are, you know what I mean? And this shit is taking, you know, it's taking youth culture by storm. It has taken the youth culture by storm. The rollout for vulture culture, when we shined a light on Playboy Cardi and the opium movement, and we were like, pay attention to what they're doing and keep your ears to the ground. And here we are towards the end of the year. Do y'all see what I was talking about? Did you see what I was saying about him and the fact that they were going to crown him as the leader of the youth movement that they got right now? So yeah, the Rager rap. I just saw Rolling Loud. If anybody tapped into the Rolling Loud, you will see how big this shit was this year and whatnot. They had 3 nights, and the final night was the Rager night. It was the opium night, and yeah, it gave what it was supposed to give. Now, even when it comes to the streamers, right? So the streamers, they the new kids on the block. And these artists and whatnot, they tend to be some of the streamers' favorite artists as well. And they're the new kids on the block. And these artists, along with the streamers, they are, oh my God, Cardi, a real nigga. Oh my God, white audience approved, right? So when we talk about people performing in front of crowds like 200,000, 300,000 and stuff like that, it's usually those crowds right there for those fans. All right, so they're locked into that world. They got the white kids in a headlock, they got the black kids in a headlock as well. All right, so this is the Rager movement, and they caught the W this year. You feel me? They knocked out the old that street shit that was really dominating. Now so that's just a quick little segment, a commercial leading up to Monday's lecture that we have with Ross Ben. I will be presenting 2024, the year in review. It's going to be going over a lot of the things that took place in this year. We're going to be crowning winners. We're going to be crowning losers. We're going to be highlighting moments that were very instrumental. And we're also going to be doing projections moving into 2025, the year of the strive and whatnot. And Ross Ben, he's going to do his own predictions of 2024, the 9-year, as he always does. This is an annual event that we do on this channel where Ross Ben comes and gives us the forecast for 2025, and I wrap up the year and do the year in review. So that will be on Monday, 8 p.m. only on Zoom. The link for the tickets is in the bio. My mods drop the link in the chat room for the family to pull up. We do have an offer today. When you get your ticket, you will get a free ticket. You will get a free lecture for the one that we just did with me and Blue Pill, entitled Cosmic Cycle 25. Cosmic Cycle 25, right? And we also have a bundle where we're selling merch. Let me pull that up real quick. We have the t-shirt and the free lecture to go with it. This is the shirt that we have, the 9-year. All right. Shout out to Ross Ben. That is the title of his lecture. Visualize the 9-year. He'll be doing Visualize the 9-year. So this is a part of the deal that we have. All right. And of course, the next day, me and Blue Pill have our New Year celebration at 488 Edgewood Avenue. In the daytime, it's going to be a soft launch party. It is free and the doors are open for the public, but you have to RSVP. That is in the daytime. And then at the hours of 8 p.m., it's going to be a ticketed event. 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. is going to be a ticketed event. The dress code is fresh code, of course. It's not like a black tie affair. The dress code is fresh code. We will have music. We will have food. We will have entertainment. It's 420 friendly. We're going to have drinks and whatnot. We are going to enjoy life. We are going to be enjoying life. So if that's something that you want to do and you don't want to do the parasocial thing and you want to do the real thing where you could basically, you know what I mean, pull up and be in the real world with the family and whatnot, then I'll see you. It's as easy as it's easy peasy. I will see you on Tuesday if that's the case. If that's not the case, I will still see you whenever I see you. You feel me? And it's been fun. So I got to go because I have a show coming up on Black Magic 363. And I will see y'all in the building if y'all decide to pull up there. If you're not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe to the channel. Share the video. Hit the like button. And also support the channel. Of course, we do this thing for the people. Thank y'all all for your support over the year. It meant everything for this channel as we built this thing up from the ground. They took the channel, the older channel, and this whole year we were building this platform back up from out of the dust, and we could have not done it without the support of the KT aliens. So y'all held it down. We, you know what I mean? We went and did the Facts remix together. You know what I mean? We tapped into the cosmic soul and we jumped on the Silver Surfer. We jumped on a skateboard and we was able to surf through the web. And we were able to, you know, we was able to groove. You know what I mean? And now we grooving and we moving. You feel me? And we ain't slowing down. So with that being said, peace, love, and light to the family. We will see you soon. 1000.
Red, blue, purple light, friends. Red, blue, purple light, friends. Facts. Red, blue, purple light, friends. Red and blue, purple light. Get to know the ledger, sacrilegious Sunday to melanin Monday. You can get to know the ledger, my love. Just open your 3rd on Thursday. Lord, the food, the art, the clothes, the Vatican's getting exposed fast. We put the show on the road. You better stay on your toes. I was till the land focused on the ego. Then I opened my heart, let go of the ego. Grand after grand, we stacking up these C notes. Facts, facts, yeah. If we don't put this shit on our back. Facts, facts. We in your city, pull up where we at. Facts, facts. Peace, love and light. Peace, love to the family. Peace, love and light to the family. Peace, love and light to the family.
These days and time, black man is going to be the time that you have been waiting for. You came here for a reason. Whatever pressure, whatever adversity, whatever the fuck you feel, I don't know what you feel, but whatever you may be feeling is going to push you, and it's going to provoke you, and it's either going to make you or break you, similar to how pressure busts pipes or the shit makes diamonds.